that giant lady tease that goes in the camera. Segment 2. I don't disagree. The redoubtable one, the high question one. The shameless one is back from Boston. The bad man is back. It is a slug 'em down, sip 'em slow. Saturday.
Not quite sip 'em slow yet.
Not yet. No, we're not
31 minutes.
No, but we did dust off a legend just a while ago. Big Pipey has made a triumphant return. He hit 4 dingers. None of them have landed yet. They've got stewardesses. They've got 3-course dinners. What can we say? I mean, that's Big Pipey. He's a legend. Pete hadn't had him. Did you ever actually have him before?
No.
That's his first time.
But
First time. Now he knows.
not my
Now he knows.
first rodeo.
Didn't say it was. Didn't say it was.
Wow, rodeos.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think? This is my 457th rodeo? No, I was going to 621, Pete, you dick.
It's not my 1000th rodeo, Ajay.
Anyway, IDD is back. Segment 2, college football. Hey, look it. This is why I love the 12-team playoff, because Pete was ready. He said something in front. 2 losses, depending on who they are, will not kill you. But what Penn State did today, losing to UCLA, will kill you. Okay, UCLA did not have a win until today. Okay, they were and go look at who beat them and what they did to them. UCLA, for lack of a better term, sucks. Okay, they are far. You know who Troy Aikman came from UCLA? They have fallen so fucking far.
I know, they were
I mean, they were really they were Pac-10 champs.
The Pac-10 championship game with UCLA against USC.
They have sunken, and for the life of me, I don't know why. Because they're in LA. The Pac-10 is a power conference. It's got to be a hotbed for recruiting. They've got a legendary basketball program too. I mean, how does a program like UCLA, with everything going for it, how does it fall like this?
Well, where are they right now?
Yeah, but
they're 1-4 now.
Where are they conference-wise?
They're in the Big Ten. They came over with
which
USC.
is the ultimate stupidity, even getting rid of the Pac-10.
I wish the Pac-10 stayed. I thought they fucked that up. Washington was in the title game. Their final year in the Pac-10. The Pac-10 was not. It should still be there.
Have enough teams to do it?
They're trying to bring them back. They got 6 teams now back, and the only 2 originals are Washington State, Drew Bledsoe, and Oregon State, the Beavers there. They're going to add BYU. They're going to add.
When's the last time UCLA was good at football, though?
It's been a while.
Because, I don't really know.
It's been a while.
They've been a basketball school since I knew it, and now they're barely that.
But they
were a football school back in the late 80s, or when I say late 80s, right around Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman was a first-round draft pick. He was
they were competitive. I wouldn't say they were never in contention for the national title or anything like that.
No, but they won the Pac-10 a couple times.
Yeah,
they were good. They were very good.
Yeah.
But I don't know how or when this occurred, but they have fallen off the football map. They resurfaced today. They probably ended Penn State's season, because that is the kind of loss that will get you kicked out of the playoffs.
The only thing that can save Penn State, the only thing, is if they outright win the Big Ten. They have to run the table and win the Big Ten.
They have to beat Ohio
So they
State
have
now.
2 losses, and one of them is an atrocity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oregon is no
If you
shame.
take them out,
It went to overtime. They were right
but,
there.
If you take
This is embarrassing.
And they
you win,
almost
but
came
if you
back
win the
in
Big
it.
Ten, if you're the Big Ten champion, are you automatically in the?
Yep,
12?
automatic bid.
All right, so the Power 5 teams, the winners all get in. Right?
Automatically. The SEC, the ACC, the Big Ten, the Big 12, and there's one more conference.
So is it the winners of the championship game?
Yeah.
Yes. You have to win
Game.
You have to get in the
So but they could have 3 losses and get in that
Yeah,
game.
Clemson last year won the 8. That's how they got in.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they won a game. Okay.
So they're not out of it.
No, because they can still.
That loss is bad. That's a bad
Also,
loss.
too, I mean, I know they're
That's
a
a
rival
bad
team,
seed.
but I mean, do they even have a shot against Ohio State this year? I mean,
No,
that team.
they don't. They don't.
So that's not one of those things where because it's a rivalry, sometimes it's wonky. And
I'm not saying they can't. I'm not. It's not Ohio State, Michigan. It's not that.
Okay.
It's a rivalry, but it ain't that one.
No, you're right.
It's like saying, Red
Because even when
Sox.
Michigan's down, they could give them a
It's
game.
like saying Red Sox Yankees versus Red Sox Orioles.
That's
that's good, but it ain't the Yankees. That's the thing. That's what that is. Okay, so no, I don't think it will make that kind of. At the end of the day, the Ohio State has the better coach. This coach got to go. He is 2-19. Okay, in the last 21 games against the top 10.
This is the Penn State coach?
Yeah, he is 2-19 against the top 10 in his last 21 games. 2-19 versus the top 10. You know what that means? They're not elite. And it's not because they don't have the talent. It's the coach. He's got, and today may have sealed his
In his
fate.
past one game, he's 0-1 against. Where were they?
Lost to Notre Dame.
Where were they ranked?
So I think, you know
70?
something though, if you're a coach, you want to get your name noticed or up, that's a great job. Happy Valley is low, that place is always packed, the fan base is
Dude,
crazy.
UCLA.
UCLA.
You're in a power conference. You're in Southern California. You're kidding? You could. How could you not draw recruits there?
Yeah, but my question
They've
is,
got
why
the
do either one of
alumni.
those schools have top tier coaches that can recruit?
And I'm not saying you're wrong about Happy Valley. You're not. But UCLA is, in terms of just what it has, in terms of the palm trees and the ocean and the bay. If you're a college kid,
The only thing about LA,
and you can choose either one of them, and you're going to
well,
California.
the only thing I don't like about anything California when it comes to sports is it's basically a transplant state. The fans aren't real. They don't have the same. And college
Fans
kids
aren't real?
They're not as they're not as invested. When I say that, because a lot of them they're transplants. They're not from there. Like when you go to a Dodger game, none of those people grew up in LA. It's weird. Like if you go to Boston, Philly, Chicago, Dallas,
New York.
those
Those
fans are rabid.
Those fans, but it's grown. They're from there. They're
Exactly.
raised there.
LA is not like
You
that.
and I were taught when we first could talk. Rule 1, hate the Yankees. Rule 2, hate the Lakers.
Yeah, and
Rule
also-
3, hate the
And I think
Canadians.
and
Rule
I think
4,
college
hate the Jets.
football
That was the order.
And also, college football is a lot like that. If you're a great player, you're gonna consider Notre Dame. You're gonna consider Wnba.
As
You're
you
just
should.
gonna, because you should. Because those are
As you should.
and those
But-
are just powerhouse programs over the years. They always have.
But that's traditional, and you're still not wrong. But now there's this new age and new way with things where a place like UCLA becomes in a power conference. Now it's just being a power conference.
Yeah.
I don't care where you are, just get in that power conference. You want proof? Look at Ole Miss. Okay? Because
Yeah, so you might not get the top of the top, but you can
you're
still
gonna,
get.
you're gonna get 8
talent,
players.
yeah.
You're
Well,
gonna
that's
get
just
90s.
it. If you're coaching in the SEC and you're a good coach, you can beat just about anybody. You're getting
You're
5A
gonna get-
talent. You're getting the top guys.
You're getting 5-star recruits.
Yeah.
That's all you get. You're getting 4 and 5-star.
You said yourself, Ole Miss is loaded with talent.
But
I mean,
because they're in,
why
because
would
they're
you
in the
go-
SEC. But then
why
no
would
one
you
thinks
go
about
to
Ole Miss as a traditionally.
football?
I mean, I don't even know if Ole Miss has any national titles. I don't know. I know they've had talent in the past. Eli Manning, hello, name a few. Jackson Dart,
Jackson Dart.
hello. I mean, no, they've had some talent, but they've never quite. I don't know if they've ever been to the mountaintop.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if they
And even
have.
Mississippi State's been good.
Yeah. But they're in that
Yeah,
conference.
I know.
They're in that conference, and that's the thing. So that's the thing why I can't figure out how UCLA, who's in a power conference and has all those things around it for student life,
Yeah.
like I mean, how they fell so far from a talent perspective.
Because I think
I don't get it.
the college, or however you want to word it, is more invested in maybe the basketball program. Because if you think about it, Colorado, perfect example, they went out and got Dion because they wanted to revive that program. They
Well,
spent money on the
If
coach.
your question is coaches who have they had there, I think Kelly was there for
They've had some high profile coaches.
No, what was the last one though? It's been a while.
Oh, you mean
UCLA?
UCLA.
I'm thinking basketball now for some reason.
No, basketball, yeah,
yes.
they're
Absolutely,
renowned.
but
But I
Football?
feel like they're not the way they used to be, right?
they're not.
No.
Like UCLA is kind of like every now and then they like.
I'm saying, what's going on
spike-
there?
yeah.
They're not getting the most talented
You're right.
kids.
You're in LA.
Yeah, why would you not?
I
As a
think
kid,
maybe, you know what it is? It could be just.
you'd be rolling with Snoop and Dre,
Right.
You know
and you're a
what it could
baller.
be?
You'd be
You know
you'd be a baller.
Actually, you know what it could be? It could be USC's just getting the players. Every USC game
but I
has
feel
a.
like USC hasn't been on top the way they've been.
But they've been in the NCAA
Jalen
tournament.
Williams, they've been
Football,
well,
they've
you know what?
been
But they didn't really do.
They didn't really do anything. They were 6-6 his senior year. That's why I said I told everybody he's a bust. Because if you're that good, then you make
Like
the
USC hasn't been legit since like.
Pete Carroll.
What's his face? Reggie Bush.
Yeah,
and,
that was Pete Carroll.
Yeah, Pete Carroll.
But to
Matt
my point,
Leinart,
USC
Sanchez.
invested in a former NFL coach.
Yeah.
They care about their program. UCLA is not signing a guy.
That maybe
who's
that's
gonna
it.
bring
Then
people
why are
in.
they not going after a big name coach?
Right,
I mean,
that eludes me.
It's
I don't
weird.
know why.
Which is what this is the thing. This is what makes Penn State's fucking chokeroonie even more significant because
Chokeroonie.
that program has been in disarray for decades.
Yeah.
They don't win a game like this. They might win it the way they want it. They win it the whole way.
That's what happens when the guts of your program are ripped out because you had a pedophile, you know, as a assistant
Joe
coach
Paterno,
and a head
let that
coach
go.
that let it go.
Let it go.
I mean, that ruined
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, but no,
They have not
That ruined my
recovered.
opinion of Joe Paterno forever.
Oh my God!
And he's a great
He allowed that
as
to
a
happen
coach.
in
He's a
the name
great
of
coach,
football?
but as a person,
no, it's terrible.
he's a piece of shit.
He's a horrible coach
He's a-
too.
you
That
know-
makes you a bad coach too.
Yeah, that
Because
makes you,
part of
I'm talking
coaching,
instant nose.
part of
That
coaching
makes you
is
suck at life.
Part of coaching is improving people's lives, and if you were doing that, all while preaching.
Or you were turning the other cheek.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Well, that's what I mean. I
like,
don't
here
think,
you let it go
I
on.
don't think Paterno was the molester. He just knew it was happening and
But the thing is, he had the power to stop
Exactly.
it, and he didn't stop.
So it was
it.
almost worse.
That's the weirdest thing. He actually, it's one thing if someone has their hands tied and they can't, you know what I mean. But that wasn't Joe Paterno.
Yeah, but
he was in charge.
He was in charge.
Yeah, but
that
what
was
I'm
Joe
saying
Biden
is, though,
University.
they're already-
Sandusky
yeah, but-
was that good of a team coordinator.
No, but they're
Fucking
already
brain.
past that black guy because they've already been ranked in the top 10 since
Yeah,
that.
but I
that's when
still
it
feel
left.
like
but they've never
that
won.
gutted them.
I know,
That
but
this
gutted
coach-
their culture.
But they're
This-
not losing recruits, is what I'm saying, because you can't keep being a
But
top
they
5
did,
team.
they did lose recruits because of that.
Originally,
Yeah.
but once they got rid of him and a new coach
Once
came in,
Joe
what I'm
Boss
saying
got-
is they have their
No, you're
football
right.
swagger back.
Yeah.
If they get a real coach, they're gonna win.
They got to get a real coach because right now they
Because
don't
they're getting, what I'm saying is they're getting talent.
My point is,
Why have they
did,
held Franklin so
did
long?
Franklin, did Franklin, let me ask you both a question. Did Franklin lose his job today?
You might have.
I didn't watch the game. I didn't see if he should
You
have.
can't lose.
UCLA
you
led
cannot
the
lose to-
entire game.
You
So
can't
you
be
feel
that.
like they just came in unprepared?
I
Yes.
think they were crushed because they had the Oregon loss, which it shouldn't be that crushed.
No way,
was
because it's
not
the
a bad
playoffs. To your
loss.
point, you know, one loss doesn't kill you.
I'm
And
not
that
the
loss definitely doesn't.
I'm not the coach of Penn State. I'm saying that's what it is because they look so friggin' demoralized today. There's no way that UCLA.
Well, that's coaching.
I'm saying
But
if
I
I was
said it was
if
the
I was
coach.
the coach, I would not after that Oregon loss shit all over my team.
No.
If I was that coach, I'd be like, we are gonna fucking exterminate UCLA by
Right,
70
right.
fucking points.
Yeah.
That's what I would have done, but I'm not the coach of Penn State. I would have been like, I want to rip their mothers' hearts out. That's how bad we're gonna win this week. Because that loss, it was that bad last week, even though it wasn't. That's how I treat it. I'd be like, let's go out there and show them we're for real.
Yeah.
And let's punch the shit.
Well, I mean,
out
you
of this-
did.
Let's
I
beat
mean,
the
my thing
team into
would've
the
been like,
curb.
You showed you were for real. You were down in the fourth quarter
Against a
two
very good team.
scores
Very good
to a top 3 team, top 5 team,
Top
What are
five,
they?
I said so.
top 5 team.
Oregon's good.
I don't think they're better than Miami. I don't think they're better than Ohio State, but they're good.
They're right there.
They're good.
This way, on any given Saturday, they could be.
I don't know if they can beat. I'd love to see them in Alabama play. That'd be a hell of a game.
Damn, it's so tough. Do you see what they did in Georgia?
Yeah.
Jesus
We'll get to that in a second. But back to this guy. Did he lose his job today?
If he doesn't recover, meaning I'm
I
talking,
don't think
you
so.
bet. I mean, you got to make the playoffs. I think he should.
That-
I don't think you go
Here's-
from
here's
the
the problem.
national title game to
Here's the problem.
one bad loss and you're gone. I don't
But
think
they've
so.
already got a loss, and here's the
But
problem.
that one wasn't bad.
But here's the problem. Okay, if in a 12-team tournament where you're going to be competing with other teams with 1 and 2 losses, that's going to be the loss that knocks you out.
You might be right.
That because unless
Well,
somebody
once
else
again,
struggling
let's
to
say-
a winless team
Yeah, but you
that's in
just- hold on.
disarray,
You
it
just
has
said-
been for decades.
Hold on, you just said yourself though, if they, all they need to do, and that's a big all, but if they
Win the
just
title
win the title game, they're in. And,
Yeah.
and,
Beat
and
Michigan,
all is
beat
forgiven.
Ohio State.
And
Roll
by the way,
forward.
I didn't say they were gonna do it. But I didn't say they were gonna do it, but he'll clearly keep his job if they do.
Hold my beer.
But here's the other thing. They don't have to win that game to get in, right? They could be
They're
They're gonna be in the title game.
They've got to.
They're
They've got
play
to
their way
get.
into the title.
They've got to get to the title game and then win that.
in order to get in.
Yeah, because they have 2 losses and one of them is to a winless. That's
So
one.
if you are a 2-loss team, you've got to get in that way. You can't.
You
get
will
in.
not probably get it out of
You
that.
won't be an at-large or
No,
whatever.
the SEC is probably the only conference that can lay claim to that.
So they need
If
the
they get,
automatic-
if Georgia has 2 losses at the end of the year, and one was Bama by 3 points,
Yeah,
and
this
say the
year-
other one is at LSU
They're
overtime,
in, yeah.
they're
Make-
probably in.
Make
Okay.
no mistake, this year and every year, for at least for the time being, the way the recruiting's going, an SEC team will get screwed this year out of the 12 because there'll be a team that's good enough to be in there. Just they're 3rd or 4th in the SEC. and they
You
won't
have
get
not
in.
been here and clearly not been watching, but I said before the season that there were 6 teams that could win the SEC this year. 6 different
Yeah, I
teams.
know that. I know that every
It's
year.
that deep.
I know.
It hasn't been this deep.
And does that mean
I think
there's
it's deep.
6 national championship contenders in that division?
I think so.
Yeah, but I
Pretty
guarantee
crazy.
you, all 6 of them
I
are
think
not
so.
getting in that
When
playoff.
you no,
They're just
but my
not.
point is that's why it's good. Well, one, this is where the Super 16 that's on tonight
Yeah, okay.
is going to happen
Short
because,
term.
because teams like this are going to get fucked. And like Ole Miss right now, if say Ole Miss is still undefeated, say they lose on the last game of the season,
There
like
you go.
Miami did, got fucked last year when they lost in overtime at Syracuse, who by the way was ranked, okay, and then Miami didn't get in.
I remember that.
And that was a 12-team playoff. And so I'm saying, you're right. Someone from that conference, something like that's going to happen, and it's going to fuck them. And this is why you need 16 teams, because honestly, if you had a 16-team tournament, I guarantee you there'd be 6 SEC teams in that tournament. I would guarantee it.
The other thing, though, I'll say, well, it's not against that, but I have no problem with if you're undefeated and you lose your championship game, you're not getting in. Because if you're going to be the champions, you got to win the big games. And the championship game of your conference, of the Power 5 conference, that's a big game. It's a huge fucking game. So if you're undefeated,
Undefeated, you lose that game, you don't get in.
I said I wouldn't be against it, meaning there would have to be a bunch of other undefeated teams too. It's not going to happen.
It would
Never would
probably-
happen if you're undefeated, because you're especially a Power 5 conference, because you're already ranked number 1.
Well, if you're undefeated, you're probably ranked in the top 5.
Right.
My point exactly. So you wouldn't get
So-
knocked out for that. But there are teams that have been knocked out by not winning the championship.
But that's because they were like
They were hovering
like
already.
Central Florida or
Yeah,
something
but
like
Pete,
that.
what if that other team that beats them is also ranked in the top 5 or top 10?
That happens.
That
in the
shouldn't
Power-
knock
that-
you out.
That happens in the SEC all the time. because
Well,
they're
that's
not
the
good.
conference we're talking
Well,
about.
If, it's
Who else
if
can
they
they
say
play
it's
there?
ACC, or I'm not saying they're weaker this year. They look pretty strong, but the Florida State
Sure.
hasn't
Thank
been
you.
great. They're good this year. Normally, it's Clemson. That's really it. And Miami is starting to come back again, but Miami and Florida State haven't been great in
now,
years.
now Virginia's decent.
Boy,
Yeah.
boy, did Clemson bend over and see it.
What was the score?
It was 35-3 at the half.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
They were bending.
I didn't
no
see any
move.
of that.
This was one of those bite the pillow, Bill. We're coming in slow. It's fucking-
I don't think they were coming in slow.
no, they weren't.
Yeah,
He got bent over like you read about. He's had 2 of the most embarrassing. What was the final score of that game? I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
Shit, the Tigers-Mariners game's in the 11th.
In the 11th. Put it on your little thing there. We can do both. You know, we're versatile here at the Dago Bar America.
That's
We're
true.
versatile.
We have the big screen
Yeah.
and the semi-big screen.
And then we have the medium screen and the lower big screen and several other big screens.
This is the semi-big screen.
Semi-big screen.
Indeed.
A good 7-incher.
So, all right,
Oh my
so let's
God.
hear early predictions.
Florida
then
State
for,
came back, lost 28-22.
Let's hear your early pre-playoff predictions for the national championship.
Dude, I don't know anything. about
Anybody
college
got a
football.
prediction?
He can help you with that. I don't follow college enough to act like
Hold on.
like if I were to pick, it would be a complete get. Like I don't. Really
Oh, they're all guesses at this point. We don't even know
no,
who's getting in.
but I don't watch it every Saturday.
Notre Dame 20.
I only watch the big teams. I watch just the top 25.
Yeah,
And, you know,
I did
it's
not.
not even them.
But see, I'm telling you, like 1AA is already doing this. When this gets to 16
They've been
teams,
doing it.
it's going to be March Madness for
I know.
football. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. And this is the thing. I hope 3 or 4 teams get fucked because that's going to make it happen even faster.
Well, I think it's better that happens, one, because it makes it more competitive every year, and two, I also like the playoff system because all the bowl games get equal attention. I think it's awesome.
Right.
Because I think it's great, the bowl games.
Right.
I always love the bowl games because it's just another chance to get the
The bowl
students to
games
cheer.
used to be cool.
They're fun.
Yeah.
The bowl games were fun.
Yeah.
They used to love either watching the Cotton Bowl, the Sugar Bowl,
Right.
the Rose Bowl, or
The
the
Orange
Orange
Bowl,
Bowl.
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
They should use those as the playoffs.
They do.
That's what they do.
That's what they do. That's why I love it. I think it's awesome.
But
The only thing that kind of sucks about that, when I say kind of, it only sucks a little, is that like you could be 2 teams from like the Northwest playing in the Southeast.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna have to have your student body paid for to get them down to the game,
Yeah.
and they only do so many students, I believe.
no, but the point is it's hard to look. I'm
Yeah, they're
saying
more like Super Bowls.
yeah,
than,
I'm saying like
Yeah,
right now
games.
it's hard to ignore the Miami Hurricanes.
Where's the pumpkin pie?
I don't know. Ask your mother.
You put the foil on.
I put
Oh,
tinfoil
we're
on it.
watching The Conjuring.
Oh, that's a good one.
I might die. We're like all huddled together. And
She
like,
might
there's-
die, American. By the way,
there
happy
was a
birthday.
jump
There's the birthday
scare.
girl. Happy 14th to my little sweetie right there.
There was
She is
a
14
jump
today.
scare. I've never
Hey,
seen.
you're
I'm
alive.
gonna
What's your
go
language,
home.
Miss Potty Mouth? Listen, that red light is on. You close the dome.
I didn't say. Did I swear?
No, I was just joking.
What?
I was
Happy
kidding.
birthday.
Happy
Are you
birthday.
deaf or the opposite of deaf? You hear too much.
I think it's too much.
I hear it all like Superman. I couldn't. I
Definitely deaf.
I teach him how to control it. You know.
All right,
Anyway,
so I'm gonna predict. I'll do an early prediction. What the hell?
What are you predicting? Wait, hold on. What are you
Playoffs.
predicting? Who's going to get in?
No, just a straight up national champion.
Okay, good.
It's early. I don't think anybody's necessarily pulled away or great, but I'm gonna go with Oregon.
Okay.
Okay.
I think they didn't just beat Penn State as we saw today. They took them apart. They took the life out of that team. When they beat them, and it shouldn't have been that bad.
I mean,
but-
they beat him in double overtime.
I know. It took the life out of them. No, that was in. Don't forget they got all the white shirts. That place was freaking crazy for Penn State.
I hate a whiteout.
I did too, but it was.
Corny.
It's so cool.
So corny. Don't do whiteouts.
But the students seemed to love it. That place was freaking
Look,
packed.
it's a great college environment. This is one of the things we love about the best thing about college football, other than the football itself, is the environments.
And the only reason-
Tailgating at these places, like the big house in Michigan, we talking about it. Your boy went there today. Our guy Caruso, we grew up with him, and so there's nothing like those environments. the one thing that Massachusetts doesn't have is that in college sports. Doesn't have it.
No, well, but you know, it's funny, we were getting kind of close with BC, but then they put their academic standards back up, and there went that train, knocked them right back out of the top
They,
35.
it's without, if it's not hockey,
Yeah.
college hockey is the one thing they just dominate. Up there, BC, BU, I mean, Northeastern, they're all Harvard, Merrimack. I mean, they're all.
Would it be so bad to allow athletes that might not have as good of like academics into good schools? Like what's so bad about that?
You know what the problem with this?
I don't think they should even care. You're paying for it. It's a school. If the
No,
students,
no. I mean, schools have standards to get in.
Oh, I get
But
it.
my
I
thing
understand
is,
that.
if you're also an athlete, why doesn't the standard come down? Because you're going to be doing multiple things at once. You know what I mean? Like
well, some
to
colleges.
be a Division I athlete and a student at the
It's
same
a job.
time.
It's a job.
That's really
You have
tough.
a full-time job.
So
Whereas-
why can't the standards for what their grades are be a little less? Like, geez.
Well, this has always been the problem, and the NIL has kind of started to change this because now they're paying them,
right.
but at least. But the problem is this: if you're supposed to be an institute of higher learning, okay, your job should not be about the end results. About when the kid came in as a student, and in terms of intelligence, where was he or she, and then when they left, where were they?
Right.
And if they're better when they got them, then you did your job. They don't have to get a 4.0 to show improvement to get an education. Again, some of the backgrounds these kids came from,
Yeah.
there was no way they were getting an education.
This
Like,
right here, just so you know, this is naivete 101. Do you really think that these colleges that are powerhouse in sports gave two shits if those kids graduate? They care if they
No,
play
we're talking about
football or
BC.
basketball.
Yeah, BC is the problem because they like.
BC
they-
cares about
they-
their
they put
academics.
them on-
So, but we were talking ideally.
You can still
we're
care about
talking
your academics and give a little leeway to someone who's got to have a full-time job.
But
I get it.
But I'm also talking about the fact that maybe they weren't a great student somewhere. So if they're going to come and play athletics for you, can't you take that person in and
Educate them.
educate them?
Educate them.
Well,
Like,
let's
I
be
don't
realistic. Let's be
understand.
realistic. Can you educate them at the college level? Because Kevin Garnett only got like a 400 on his SATs. I mean, they could have got him into school. I'm sure they could have greased him in.
You're
but
saying if
he
they're
wasn't
up there,
gonna
are they
ever
gonna
go to
get
school.
educated?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's a basketball player. He
Yeah.
was born to be a basketball player. There's nothing wrong with that. But the idea that you're just going to take somebody who's just a stud horse, for lack of a better
And
word,
educate
and educate him,
Hey,
not everyone has the same gifts.
When I
There's
say
no
it,
point in
hold
that.
on, no, that's not what I'm
Yeah,
talking
but
about.
everybody can learn.
This is
They
that's
can-
the
they
point.
can learn, but
That's the
college
point.
aptitude level is not necessarily
Well,
just
well,
learning.
sure, you might need different
You have to-
types of teaching.
You have to dumb
and
it
different
down
ways.
or
I mean,
simplify it.
Yeah, but
Because maybe they
top-
came
the
from a
top-
poor education
The higher
system.
education schools, the ones that really care about they're not going to dumb down
But-
their
but
academics.
this
Like
starts-
the Ivy League schools like
But
that, they're not doing
I
it.
mean,
This
that's
starts-
just the arrogance of like the educated.
I didn't say it wasn't arrogant. I'm
You
just
know what I'm
saying.
saying? Like,
Pete, these kids you're talking about came from poor educational environments. They weren't going to learn where they were coming from.
right?
That's
how
the
could, how could
problem.
you
They
expect
didn't have.
that?
Do you want to make
You
my
know,
point?
you know, but that's not the kid's fault.
I didn't say
It
was
doesn't
their
mean.
fault.
That, and by the way, it doesn't mean the kid can't learn. Maybe the teachers he has are bad.
Why do you
Well,
think?
the environment too.
The environment too.
If
Why
you're,
do
if
you
you're in
think
an
I'm
area
so
where
un-
the public schools have
He's
no
just saying that
funding-
everybody can learn. He's
Right.
right.
Why do you think they came up with the NIL in the first place? Because you're giving these kids a free education, which to them doesn't mean shit because they can't graduate because they're athletes.
They came up with the NIL because they know
Because the colleges are making money
they're
off
going to
their
get their
likeness.
They're making
asses
billions
sued.
off
They were going to
that.
get their asses sued.
Yeah.
They did. Ed O'Bannon sued
sued
them
them,
years
yep,
ago,
yep,
and it took forever.
Yep.
But they've been making billions,
Billions off these guys. And
off these kids
Yeah, they have.
for
Yeah.
so long.
I've
It's
always thought kids that are playing at a high level of meaning they're trying to be professionals in their sport. I totally agree with you because they're making school. That school is only open because of that.
because of that.
I mean, who
yeah.
are we kidding? Florida State,
Yeah.
Alabama, those schools are not open without their
Well,
football.
you look
Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
even on a smaller scale, you see what happened to VCU. We went to one Final Four, and buildings start
Run.
popping up
Yeah.
everywhere in
Yeah.
Richmond that are owned by VCU.
But my point is, the
It's
money
like
is the
revenue,
driving
revenue
factor,
is-
not the care
I
for the
know,
kids'
I know,
education.
I
We
know,
know
look,
that.
yeah, I know you understand what I'm saying, and
Yeah.
but like my thing is, there's so much money in this. They could create a situation where they can teach people and give them, allow them to be in athletics.
So
Like,
look at it this way, you know, they always do the commercial about, yeah, we have all these kids that are graduating something other than sports. They do that for a reason, because all the sports in every school can't be paid for, because the school only makes money if they only make it on one. So if you make it on one really big, yeah, of course you're going to feed that program. Of course, Alabama, their students are going to get leeway because they sell tickets and they make money for the university, and that allows, by the way, not just more money for the school, but more money for all the other athletic programs.
Yeah.
Hence why everyone gets mad at the WNBA, calls them hypocrites. Like, look, the NBA's paying for you to be on.
The NBA is
giving you money.
dug you out of the rent for 27
Yeah, you want equal rights
And
when you
it's
don't
great.
even bring any money in.
As great as Caitlin Clark has been,
But now they
were
are.
still
They just signed TV. They just signed
Two-
$5 billion TV deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've watched two WNBA games, and I'm a friggin' girls basketball coach. I've still only watched two NBA games.
But if TV's making $5 billion, you gotta pay them.
You gotta pay.
I agree.
You can't go, well, you're not bringing money in.
Well, how are you making $5 billion?
No, but
Exactly.
now they are, because they finally get a TV deal. They've never had a TV deal before. They won't
Well,
watch them.
if Nafisa Collier's speaking the truth, I mean, it's obviously
A lot
the
of players
leadership
are
of the
backing
league.
her. In fact, I haven't heard one player not back her.
That's
Put
a
it
tough
this way,
situation.
I've never heard of a sport where you finally get a great player, I mean a phenomenal player, and the whole league doesn't like her because she's popular, and she's the reason that you're making money. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard about. That'd be like banning, I don't know, Tom Brady or Jordan from their sport because you didn't like them. I'm like, look how much
Who
money
does
they
this
bring
guy
in.
think he is?
Yeah, this is
Tom Brady.
Yeah, we don't want him to play.
What is he, this goat?
Bling, bling,
Yeah.
bling, 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 bling.
Who is this Caitlin Clark
Who's
girl?
this Air Jordan?
Who's this
Get the
Caitlin-
fuck out of
Who's
here.
this Caitlin Clark girl coming in and shooting from half court think she is? Yeah, why would we want her? She only sells out every arena she
But it
goes
goes
to.
beyond that. It goes beyond that.
I know.
Based on what Nafisa Collier's talking about.
I'm saying she's got
The way the league has been
that
run.
was
and-
that was
Dude,
a-
she was sharing personal
Yeah.
conversations between her and the commissioner,
yeah.
where the commissioner said, Caitlin Clark, did you hear this?
Caitlin
I
Clark
don't
is
think-
lucky she has the
she
platform
said she's lucky
that we
we give her the-
provide, or she
yeah.
would be making $60 million. And the real world knows that if it wasn't for Caitlin Clark, you would have no platform.
Well, because it's like this, so Caitlin Clark gets a $28 million deal from Nike, right?
Yep.
But it's getting paid under $100,000 in the WNBA.
Yeah.
How is Nike making enough money off of Caitlin Clark to give her $28 million?
I can tell you exactly. You know how many fucking Caitlin Clark shirts have sold? Those were made by Nike.
We have to get one of this.
Okay, but they're also
We have to get
trademarked
one of those.
WNBA.
No, I know,
teams.
but I understand.
We have
why
to
Nike's-
hop that way.
I understand.
We actually drove that big.
You don't think it was brilliant of
We'll be
Nike
back
to
to
sign her?
Clark for
You know how many little
No,
girls are going to be wearing
I'm not
Caitlin Clark
saying that.
Nikes?
I'm just saying, if they're giving her $28 million,
The league
because
should be.
that's how much revenue she's bringing for Nike,
Yeah.
she's got to be bringing enough revenue to the WNBA to get more than $80,000. or
Because for
whatever.
Nike to be getting that kind of money, she's being seen.
Yeah.
I
You know
didn't.
what?
I
The
think,
WNBA, they're watching.
I
They're
think
watching.
Caitlin Clark should get paid like an NBA player.
Yeah.
I'm all for who's making the money.
Yeah.
If she's the ticket, you pay her. She's the reason. She's
They
the
did-
draw.
But again, this is what. Yeah, but this is where she's right. Because think about this. We talked about this last year at nauseum. What kind of a bunch of idiots would not get Caitlin Clark on the Olympic team?
That
They're
was-
trying to promote the sport internationally, and yet you.
We
won't-
talked about that in media.
Yeah,
And by the
like,
way,
well, we've been
what-
talking for years.
international
Maybe-
market
maybe-
is the key.
Maybe
By
this
the way,
girl
what
is coming
happened to
to
the Olympic team when they played against them?
They lost.
Their only loss
Yeah.
was to her.
It was to her and that girl from Dallas who Caitlin had assists in that game. The point is, this leadership, after all that, still didn't put her. And Leslie, what's her name? Lisa Leslie was saying there is no way a plane should leave this country with that team, and Caitlin Clark is not on that plane.
She's 100%.
Lisa Leslie is on the face, is on the Mount Rushmore women's basketball, and she was saying that, and no one was listening. And by the way, every male athlete, media guy, was saying the same fucking thing. You're gonna not put your meal ticket on the menu?
Well, this way,
Are you crazy?
My only interest in watching girls basketball was to see Caitlin Clark play because of how she played. I don't give a shit what
Right,
color she is.
right.
I care about how she plays. She
Like
plays
Steph Curry.
like Steph Curry. She drops friggin' bombs. Absolute bombs. She's a dagger. And also, she's a great passer.
Yo, the crazy thing is
She's
now
actually
she,
a better
she
passer.
doesn't even do that anymore.
What?
The bombs.
I know.
She's more of
A
a
point guard.
straight up point guard.
And she's
who just
nasty at
runs
passing.
the fucking
She led the
game.
league in assists.
Yeah, she's nasty. She's
As a rookie.
absolutely nasty at passing.
She literally was like, "Oh, you guys are gonna take away the deep threes. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll play completely
Watch
different."
this.
And by the
And
way,
dominate.
and she can hit from anywhere. It doesn't matter. The world's her
Well,
field.
I've often said, and I still hold this true because Paige Beckers, when we're here, Paige Beckers has the better mid-range game.
She might.
And she does.
Yeah.
She does. And now, again, I've been saying this, if Clark is starting to develop that, when she gets that.
I don't know that it'll ever be as smooth as Paige.
Paige is just a national.
She's natural, yeah. it's
Paige
like-
won College Player of the Year and lost 2 years, and then won the national championship. And when she came back up, made
Dude, she's fluid.
She's fluid.
great.
She is a beast. And
And by the way, there's 3 or 4 other players that are also worth watching. But don't screw
dude,
it up
there-
when you
no,
get drawn
there's more
in.
than
Dude, there's a bunch in the
I
league.
know, and you'd
Ionescu,
and
There-
they're,
Arike, Jonquil Jones on the New York
yeah,
Liberty.
yeah.
my
she's
point
badass.
exactly. So
Brittany
why-
Griner.
So
Brittany
why
Griner.
would you not just shut the fuck up when this girl comes and puts a bright spotlight on you, which is now going to let those players that you guys just mentioned get seen, and what are you doing? You're bitching about her and you don't want her to be on TV.
Well, but again, leadership could have
Leadership.
to people
This is
about
what I
it.
think. What she is saying, there's a lot of fire there, smoke. If there's a lot of smoke, there's fire. And again, not one player has disagreed with anything she has said, and some of the coaches have come out and agreed with her. So there's no way that many people are lying.
Yeah.
And then you think back, well, how incompetent are they? Well, she was on the governing body that told Caitlin Clark, take a seat.
What I don't get about
She
it
was
is-
in that decision-making.
What do you think she said about the refs? She goes, these refs go down in the NBA D League, and nobody even watches them, and then they get promoted to the WNBA from there, and that's why they're all so bad. I was like, damn.
Look, the game I saw where she got hurt, everything leading up to that play, which was tame compared to the others, was
Well, that play wasn't a foul, I didn't think.
I didn't think it actually was either when I look back at it.
But
the
you
thing
said
is-
it was everything.
But I'm saying everything before that was, and yet she was the only one that was in foul trouble.
Yeah.
And she was she was an MVP candidate and didn't go to the line once in a deciding playoff game, and she was going to the basket.
She's physical as fuck.
She's physical. This
She
is
doesn't
someone.
just stay on
she
the
doesn't. Yeah,
outside.
she doesn't
Yeah.
pull a Tatum or a Brown. You know, I'm just gonna stay out here. all
She's
day.
always been.
No, she always goes to the basket.
Yeah.
She always draws contact.
Dude.
And you're telling me she didn't go to the line one time?
Yeah. She's a beast.
She's a beast. So she had a point. Okay, and again, people saw that last play. I'm like, did you see the rest of the game? Because trust me,
Yeah, you told me that.
what I don't understand, this is where I give the coach credit too. How, if you watch that game, it's like, I thought they would have blown that gasket in the first half.
Yeah.
It took a lot for them to finally snap. And it was on the play where she got hurt.
Yeah, where she got hurt.
So, gee, I can't imagine.
No, and
what
if
she
you
got.
just look at that play, which is what I did,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't think that was a bad play. And you were like, it was the whole game.
It was the whole game. And then at the end of it, because again, players will adjust to the refs. If they're gonna let a team play physical, they're just gonna play, they're gonna
I
push
see
it.
it happen
push
all the time, coaching AAU,
Yep.
and it turns into, you almost have to,
You have to.
you gotta control it.
You gotta control it, and if you let one team, here's the thing, if you're not gonna control it, you better not put the clamps on one team and not the other, because that just looks obvious. It's obvious when you see it, and what this girl said, well, the only people complain about the refs are the teams that are losing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, really? That's interesting.
Dude.
Because a team that is now winning when they were losing was complaining about those refs too. So,
Right.
I mean, that's not true.
Dude, Nafisa Collier put her on blast.
Yes, she did.
Fuck.
Stephen A. Smith said she should resign.
I know.
Said, you came back with what? You should have fighted. Can you imagine someone doing that to David Stern? Or Roger Goodell? I said, that would, you kidding me? They'd be freaking spine
Rob
stripped.
Manfred.
They'd get the anal cavity searched. They'd be, you can get what they do to them. I mean, no. So for this girl to say that, and that was the response of the commission, so she's a pretty weak person. So I don't think Stephen A. Smith is necessarily wrong about that. Anyway, that's it for segment 2. We'll come back one more segment. We're going to talk baseball. RPI, Boston Red Sox.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
I thought he was talking about some new sabermetric.
Rest in peace, Sam.
Yeah.
The name.
Lead pitcher inning. I don't know.
Pipey.
It's missed.
And he's 4 for 4.
Mr. Big Pipey.
He's 4 for 4 with 4 grand
No,
slams.
he's now 8 for 8.
And now
We
we're gonna,
went back.
You know what we're gonna do with him? Now we're gonna put him in the pitch. He's like Otani.
He's gonna go perfect game.
Perfect game.
Perfect game.
21 strikeouts.
Big
Nobody
Pop-
reached first base.
Is it fair to say that Big Pipey is the Otani of bombs?
He could be.
I think it's easy.
I
That's
think
very
that's,
easy.
I think that's a pretty good. He is the Big
No, but
Pipey.
no, but
Or is Otani the Big Pipey? of
no, he's Big Pipey. Let's come on.
Yankee
Big- no,
Killer.
yeah, you
It's
can't.
Yankee Killer
You
Big
can't
Pipey.
supplant
Mr.
that
Yankee
name.
Killer Big Pipey.
He is maybe the top clutch hitter of all time.
He's right there.
Who?
Big
Pipey.
Pipey.
Oh, I'd say.
Yankee Killer extraordinary.
Both.
His three
Curse
World
and-
Series.
Are you talking about Big
two.
Pop?
3.
Three.
Oh, he's got 3.
He's got 3.
And he had big hits
In all of them.
In all
All
of
of
them. And
He
was
is the world's biggest Yankee killer.
Oh.
He has Yankee scalps
Yes.
in his
He
house.
literally has scalps.
scalps.
without him, The evil empire's never dethroned.
Never.
He
And-
is Dorothy. He is the Wizard of Oz.
He's Harry Potter.
He's Harry Potter.
He's the one that lived.
He is Neo.
He's Neo, yes. He's Neo. No, even better. He's Flash Gordon.
Flash Gordon.
Good Will Hunting. That's him. Or genius.
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, remember Good Will Hunting the movie?
It's not sports.
No, but he's like that dude.
You can't compare Neo to that guy. Come on.
What?
That guy solved the
Will
math-
Hunting?
That guy solved the math problem on a whiteboard.
That
It
about
wasn't
one other
Neo.
person on the planet could do.
Tom Brady can do it.
No.
All right, so,
even Tom Brady can do it.
is he George Bailey, John Travolta from Phenomenon? When he had the tumor, he could do
Yeah,
everything?
he was good. That's true.
George Bailey?
I still don't think George.
Peter.
Peter.
No, it was
George Malley.
George Malley.
George Malley.
George Malley still couldn't hit Mariano Rivera though.
Well, neither could anybody else on this list.
Except for
Big Poppy. Big
Right,
Poppy.
he's the only one.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I'd say that's
He's an icon.
But that's why you can't name it the Otani of
That's
Box.
true.
It's the Poppy.
it's the
of
Poppy.
Box.
It's the Pipey.
It's Big Poppy. If we get a new one, we can name it Shohei.
Yeah. And maybe we'll put a little crazy Japanese design on it. Yeah. They got more.
Shohei Puftani.
Shohei Puftani.
Shohei Puftani.
Shohei Puftani's a great name.
Great ball name. See, if you sit at the altar of Ucla, that's our religion, by the way, Ucla, that's our religion.
It will
Okay,
come to you.
this is the stuff. This
If you
is the
build
stuff.
it,
If you build it,
it will come.
Shohei Puftani.
Half time. And Big Pipey.
It is the Otani of Bongs. And
Yeah.
Big Pipey, which is the Poppy of
Well,
Bongs.
then you come up with those good names like Big Town and Timmy Jim. And we come up with good names.
What was it in I Love You Man when he was like,
Hit the
in
button,
that-
segment 3 coming
you
right
know I
up.
Love You Man?
Yes.
The movie?
Yes.
And he's like, what did he say?
So he
All right,
paused.
Jobin?
Yeah.
Where he like didn't know what to call him, he was like trying to like,
Segment 3 coming right up.
oh my
Well, after we find you.